my goodness. What an intro. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. This is the Latino Slant. Yes, that was our countdown. How do I sound, my good people? Hello, 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 hello. Happy Saturday night and welcome to a special stream. Oh man, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. It is the Latino Slant. My name is Paulie. Yes, we are going to read the second part of Heat 2. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So, how we're going to roll is after every chapter I read, I'll be able to come on by into the chat and say hello because I gotta perform for you guys. I gotta, make it all sound nice and dandy for you all. So before we do that, before we begin, let's bring in another camera. Yeah, man. Hello. Yeah. Ah. Part of the deal is if I'm going to read to you guys, if I'm going to entertain you guys, we got to dress up. We got to, do a little shower, do a little shave, put on a tie, put on a hat. Hey, if you haven't, I absolutely do recommend Heat 2 by Mann and Megan Gardiner. I just want to know if you guys can hear me well. Okay. So before we begin, I'm going to say hello to the early comers. Let you guys know that I put the links and all that good stuff on the social media for the Slant. Instagram and Twitter. Please share it. Be so kind. Let people know we're here. We are going to be reading. No, we're not going to sing. Not going to sing. Going to recite lines, recite some words. Hello, Leah Rose. How are you? Maddie's daddy, Steve M, can't stay but dropping a like to show the support. Hey, I like that too. I really like that too. Also, too, E. Clay Thomason has become a YouTube member, and we thank you. That's pretty cool. I hope you guys are doing really well, whether it's live with me or whether you are catching this on the replay. I do want to remind you guys, this is part 2 of the Heat reading. Part 1 will be in the video box description, so you can check that out. Also, too, if you're watching live, it should be in the live chat as we speak. All right, so let's begin. Here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear me pretty good. That would be great. And we are going. Let's add a little bit of music, a little background music. That'd be cool. I like background music. Let me see. Okay, great. My name is Paulie, and this is the Latino Slant. We are on part 2, which jumps back to the year, I believe, to 1988, part 2, chapter 8. Chris Shiherlis is in town for only 18 hours, but hours in Vegas are like dog years. He powers up to the entrance at Caesar's Palace in a dirty black convertible Corvette. The day is sun-fried. The heat feels eager. Benny's overlay the weed, giving a smooth zoom to the light in the sky and the blood in his veins. He tosses the keys to the parking valet. He has a flight to Chicago in the morning, but today he has a roll of cash ready to lay down. New clothes, a blue silk shirt, fresh haircut, wayfarers. He snaps them off and rolls through the doors, bulletproof. Craps, blackjack, and the sports book. It's a feast. He moves through the shouts, the music, the mechanical chug of the slot machines, the ringing of jackpots, quarters slide into buckets held by dedicated grandmas with cigarettes jammed in their corners of their mouths. Hot women at the roulette wheel, dark and light and magic. He is here, ready to cast a spell and reap the payoff. Presto! When he walks into the casino floor, he sees her. She's standing beside an older guy at the craps table, amber light overhead, neon and glitter behind her, bright and shadowed. Everything momentarily fades. The incredible buzz, excitement, and possibility. Everything goes soft focus, except for her. Velvet and sunshine, storm and sleekness, she looks up across the table, through the crowd, and her gaze flicks him. Lightning. Black hair glossy like Cleopatra, a sleeveless black spandex dress that shows off every slow move and every muscle in her powerful body. Smooth bronze skin, a choker with a massive turquoise and garnet crucifix lying against her chest. All-American youth and dark, knowing eyes. The crowd around the table is riled. The older guy, black suit, silver hair, cutthroat eyes like a New York banker's, lifts the dice and shoots a woman a glance. She runs her hand down his arms and leans in and blows on the dice. He hooks his gaze on her for a moment too long, possessively, uncertainly, without confidence. Guy's looking to lose, Chris thinks. The divine light in the room has blessed the dice, but the man lacks conviction. Chris stays back. The banker throws the dice. People around the table moan. Knew it. Chris angles around the table. Taking his time, aiming in the general direction of the sports book, the roll of cash feels eager to his pocket. The banker downs the last of his whiskey, a sour scowl on his face. The woman rubs his back, accommodating, commiserating, working, Chris thinks, 23, maybe 24, firm on her feet, doing her appointed task, feeding his ego and looking magnificent, looking ungodly on his arm and convincing him he's a winner. Even if he's paying her for her time, the banker should know how lucky he is. Chris veers around the table. The noise is wild, the dealer clamoring to be heard. Chris leans close to the woman. You busy? He says. She doesn't look at him. She licks her lips. The banker slams down his empty tumbler, looks at Chris. Clearly, she says. For how long? She looks up from under her lashes. For a moment, her gaze seems clinical, assessing him. A good prospect? A loser? Then the banker spins on his stool. Excuse me? A beat. Piss off! His shoulders are hunched, like he's ready to butt heads. Chris's eyes go blank. He stares at him. It's a look from a different world. The banker feels ice between his shoulder blades and it rises up his spine. He actually blinks. You lost because you knew you were going to lose, Chris says. The guy stands up and grabs a woman's arms. Let's go. He nudges her. She holds on. Still a moment. Cinnamon, come on. She leaves, but her gaze walks back to Chris. That's when he smiles. I'll see you later. She finds him 3 hours later. He's picked up $6,000 on the Lakers game. She glides in, sits down from across from him, and crosses her long legs. She rests her arms on the arms of the chair, languid, like a big cat, nails with a vivid scarlet. Her eyes are calm, something rock solid behind them, anchored. A bank of TV screens flashes behind her. Biston Pools, Juvenis, Milan, Belmont Park. Her eyes pull him away from all of it. You hungry? Chris says. I'm starving. The steakhouse here, prize winning. I know a better place. He stands. My car's outside. The entire room tracks her as she leads him out. She's so magnetic. He expects coins and keys to levitate out of people's pockets and fly across the casino. I'm Chris. Charlene? Not Cinnamon? She rolls her eyes. He scorches the tires on the drive out. They eat at a neighborhood place on the east side of town, dim sum. When they leave the restaurant, she holds out her hand and says, "Keys." They head for the strip, sharing a blunt. Charlene drives like she's been trained at Top Gun, a screaming eagle, confident and smooth and quick-witted, in control, never out beyond the edge. The engine hums under her. She'd be a solid wheelman, Chris thinks, someone you could count on, who's figured out all the ifs and buts and alternate routes and never freaks out. Who gets you home every time? What are you smiling at? She shouts over the wind and the engine. Magic, he says. They come in through the casino floor at the Mirage. The night is lifting, pulsing, energy rolling straight into him. He turns to her. I have a room. You want to skip this? Please. Yes, she says. He leads her into the elevator. You're not a gambler. I gamble every day, she says. She says it lightly, but her voice has an undertow. Then she looks him up and down. Some days, I bet big. It's 3 a.m. when she finally pulls off the black wig, that sleek disguise, and shakes her hair, sandy curls loose. She's on top of him, right in him, engulfing him, electrifying him. The empty bottle View is tipped upside down in the ice bucket. The smack is carrying him along a warm, sweet river of euphoria, calm and centered, bright with beauty. The view out of the plate glass windows reflect the throbbing grid of light outside. Chris slides his hand along her thighs. She takes his wrists and stretches them over his head. Baby, he says. She drives down on him. He inhales and closes his eyes. He feels a wave sweep over him. He clutches her, moaning, and holds on. Her nails dig into his forearms. She throws her head back and shouts. Then he lies flat on top of him, breathing hard. Where did you come from? He says at last. That's not a question for tonight. She softens and rolls off. It's not romantic, and it's no place you want to hear about. Everything about you is romantic. Shh, then don't break the spell. He props himself up on an elbow, runs the back of his fingers down her belly, then leans over and kisses her bare skin. She sighs and smiles, with the relaxed assurance of a lioness who just fed. He pulls her close, already feeling the sweet lure of sleep. But she inhales, gets up, begins dressing. You don't have to go, Chris says. It's work. This isn't. You still don't have to go. He tries to figure out how to say it. I'll cover for you. For the night. She stops. No. He sits up and presses the heels of his hands to his eyes. I mean, I don't want anybody giving you grief. This is, he gestures between them, this is us. He does not want her to think this is commercial. You took time for me. Let me make it right for you. You mean with, then she laughs, my escort service manager / pimp, Charlene. She steps into the dress and wrestles it on. It's just work, baby. But it is work. He feels a heated coal on his chest. Yeah? Who is he? Let me make it square. She picks up the wig. Dude, don't. I want to. She kneels in the bed and presses her fingertips to his lips. You're perfect. This is perfect. I have to go. How do I find you again? What's your number? Oh, a romantic and an optimist. Wow. She slides her shoes on and grabs her purse. Will you still be here tomorrow? No, I'm leaving. Work. She smiles. It looks melancholy, shrugs like she's expected nothing less. Then she's out the door. He goes out to the balcony overlooking the hotel entrance. The night air runs cool across his skin. The sounds of traffic and street laughter bubble up to him. A minute later, he sees her walk out, back straight, armored against the night. She raises her hand and hails a taxi. Manager. From the way she said it and the way her eyes died, she made a bad bargain. Pimp. A taxi pulls out, the lights of the strip sliding over it, disappearing. Magical mystery tour. He stands, letting the night sparkle through him. He'd seen it before. Before she got into the cab, she looked back, looked up towards the room. He'll come back, and he'll find her. All right. Woo! Talk about hot and heavy. That was nice. That was nice. Okay, so if you are a little confused about timeline, don't be. I'll say hello to you guys in a minute. I hope everyone is doing well. The two characters that we just talked about were in the movie were Val Kilmer and Ashley Judd, right? Yeah, Ashley Judd. Their characters. This is when they met years before Heat 1. So right now we're going back in time. So there's two characters and how they met in Vegas. I thought that was hot. I thought that was totally hot. All right, let's see who's here. Buffering. Hopefully we're good. Mexican Iron Man is listening. That's awesome. For $5, he says. Paulie's dressed up like fancy pants. Hey, I'm wearing the whole suit. When I'm done, I'll show you the whole suit. I'm actually shoes and all. Tim's Talk is here on your left. It looks like he's going to sing later. Well, hopefully the buffering has stopped and you are not so confused. Cool. All right. Well, that was the first chapter there for tonight. Now we are going to go to the next couple of chapters, and I'm going to tell you right now, there are some adult themes, but hey, this is the book. This is Heat. This is, we're not baking cookies here. We're not baking cookies here. How you doing? Hey, yo, not baking cookies. So that's what we're going to expect. We're moving to chapter 9, and we are moving to Chicago, where Chris is going to be taking a plane to. But we're going to introduce you to some new characters, and then remember, Neil McCauley is the De Niro character, and Vincent Hanna is the Al Pacino character. And thank you so much, Mexican Iron Man, for that gracious super chat. If you feel so inclined, you can also at any time super chat, super thanks, and send a PayPal. And PayPal is here. Let me run that banner for a little while, and let me also too. Let me. Is it in? Yeah. Okay, I got to repin, but it's good to see you guys here. Much love to everyone here, and if you're in Southern California, like I am and Mexican Iron Man is, it's raining. So what a great thing to do as far as like listening to this stream and taking it all in, and hopefully you can order the book, which I highly recommend. Yeah, I do. So welcome to the Latino Slant. If you're just getting here with us, my name is Paulie. We are reading from Heat 2. And I really appreciate you all being here. Fantastic. Okay, well, I think we're gonna get on with it. Awesome. Chapter 9. Oh, I went ahead. The diner juts like the prow of a ship toward the six-cornered intersection. The near northwest side Chicago neighborhood is rolling at 8:25 on a Monday morning. Traffic is building up. At the lights on Diversity, suits, men and women, pass on the sidewalk, heading for the L. Shoulders squared, briefcase is swinging, the sky is blue, and the trees vibrant along the sidewalk. Brick buildings fill the six-way intersection. Neil McCauley sits solo at the lunch counter. The counter matches the shape of the diner. And I don't know that word. Isosceles, excuse me, guys, triangles, windows on two sides. It's easy to read, hard sometimes to pronounce. An expansive view. Half the stools are occupied, plates and silverware clattering. A radio plays on a shelf behind the grill, simply irresistible. The song everywhere. The video, a guy in a slick black suit, women with slick red lips and slinky stilettos. Show that at Folsom, and howling men would bring down the walls. Neil drinks his coffee. Nobody at the diner talks. Everybody's heads are in the Sun-Times or the Trib or at their food. The light that slants through the eastern window is flat, distancing. The grill man comes out from the back with a coffee pot in his hand, waiting on customers this morning. Top you up, he says. Sure. The guy pours. He's white, looks 47, 48, pack of smokes in the pocket of his apron. 42. Neil clocks the muscular forearms and double-sized wrists. He suspects the guy has worked hard as a pipe fitter. Jobs that aren't around anymore. The starched cuffs on his pristinely ironed shirt, that Bonnaroo perfection, says he did time. The broken capillaries on the nose says he's a drinker. The guy is a transient, Neil thinks. A short order cook who picks up work for 6-8 weeks, then gets that itch and moves on. From the low melody of his accent, his appellation, living in a furnished room in Uptown around Wilson and Broadway. Neil nods thanks, and the man heads back behind the grill. Neil raises a coffee cup to his lips. He has a clear view out the opposite window. What he's viewing is a 1922 office building across the street, built when 7 stories provided a sense of pride. A bright new flag flies on that flagpole projecting out from its bow. On the ground floor is Prosperity Savings and Loans. The S&L is a small-scale outfit. Sole location. The spot was originally a proud 1920s bank that went under during the Depression. The diner's glass door flashes with sunlight as Chris comes in. He slides into the stool booth besides Neil. Height of the junction box makes it visible from the L tracks, but it's screened by trees, he says. Trains are as loud as hell when you're on the street under the tracks. Chris picks up a laminated menu, only to set it back. He tosses his blonde hair out of his eyes. He's cool, torqued down, his eyes flat, but Neil knows the energy underneath. Chris is always wired. Even when his affect seems flat, he can be explosive with no hesitation. Right now, that thrumming is somewhere below. Right now is work. They watch the far windows. They both mark 3 clerks, the assistant manager, entering the S&L side door at 8:32 for the 9 a.m. opening. We have to be out by 5 a.m., Neil says. Chris's eyes stay locked on the side door of the building across the street. The grill man comes out wiping on his apron. Chris gives him a blackjack wave-off. The man takes Neil's empty plate and leaves. Where are we meeting Grimes? Neil says. The Belden Deli, 2 miles east of here on Clark Street. Neil checks his watch. They have 4 hours. We'll knock off the supplies. You got cash to cover the hardware? I'm cool. They split the list. Gloves, goggles, ear protection, water and food, mechanics toolkit, electrical gear, all common, all purchased from a large store where no one will remember their trade. The more specialized Milwaukee tool, circular saw, angle grinder, the heavy-duty tripod-mounted drill, Cerrito already scored all of those. I want to reconnoiter the route, Neil says. When on the work cars? 3 days. They'll drive the route in, they'll drive the route out, the backup escape routes, where they'll dump the work cars, all the tools, all their clothes, leaving no physical evidence to link the score back to them. They'll double check the location for cameras. They'll call the city to see where it's planning construction, gas work, the electrical projects over the weekend. The nearest police station is a mile and a half away. Neil knows the CPD's response time to a burglary call and how many units it has patrolling each shift and what time the shift comes on and gets off. He doesn't know how it'll staff up during the Cubs game Saturday afternoon, but there's also a game today. He'll find out. They'll add cops walking the beat, he says. Temperature will be in the 70s. They'll like to walk around when it's like that. First pitch is at 2. From behind the grill, the cook eyes Neil, then scans the other customers. At a corner table, a girl in a DePaul University t-shirt ignoring her textbook to cast a thirsty gaze at Chris. It's no time to linger. Neil nods to the cook and tosses extra cash on the counter. Cook looks at Neil for an extra beat and nods back. Let's go. Hey, all right. Wow. Okay, so that was De Niro and Val Kilmer's character meeting up in Chicago, talking about the heist here at this neighborhood in a neighborhood in Chicago. I love the language of this novel. It's easy to read. It's descriptive. It's cool. It doesn't overflower. It's not overflowery. So yeah, I hope you're digging it. And we got some more people that are here, so I want to see what's going on and who is here. Brian McCann. Hola, mi amigo. Hope all is well. Stilettos, yeah. Just imagine stilettos, Ashley Judd, stilettos, heat, salty, buttered bags. Read by nature. We need to clip that and splice it with the clip of that guy correcting Homer Simpson. What a triangle. Oh, leave me alone. Silos Way. Hey, what's up, Slantinos? What's up, Silos? Right on. Mr. Latinx himself, first timer, heard this is the new Latinx cyber hangout spot. Enjoying the reading so far. Hey, you know what? Welcome. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm glad you're here, Vato. Ooh, thirsty. You like that? I like that line, thirsty. What we're doing tonight is reading from Heat 2. It's a new book. It's a prequel and sequel at the same time. They jump timelines in. By the way, part 1 was all about the end of Heat, right when De Niro's character dies. Like who gets out, who escapes. So that was part 1. And again, you can check out that video. But here, we're in part 2. Back in 1988. My name is Paulie. I hope you guys are doing well. Say hello to each other. Be welcoming, be kind. And we will get back into this. And remember, thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the PayPals and all that good razzmatazz jazz. Like I said, guys, just a verbal note. This is adult content as far as this book, what's in this book, so it wouldn't be Heat if it wasn't. All right, let's get back to it. Let me see here. Yeah, that's a good banner. Let me change this up. Novel. Here we go, and then we can get rid of the banner. Wunderval. Okay, here we go. Chapter 10. Belden is a classic Chicago Jewish deli. Booths and tables in the middle, packed at lunchtime. In the parking lot, Neil walks around an innocuous Chevy, 4-door. It looks like 200,000-mile refugee from Hertz or the Chicago Police Department. What he wants. 1 point for Aaron Grimes. Inside a booth, Grimes drums on his thumbs on the table, drums his thumbs on the tabletop. Conversations around him racket off the ceiling and windows. A half-eaten pastrami sandwich is in front of him. He's taking a bite when a guy strides up and sits down across from him. Young, ripped, with blonde hair and dead cold eyes. Surfer psychopath in jeans and a flannel shirt, Grimes wipes crumbs and extends his hand. You, Chris? Chris shakes his head and holds it. His grip is cool and relentless. His gaze, just like his gaze. Looking into his vacant blue eyes is like staring into a black ocean at night. You know there are dangerous, cold-blooded things lurking below the surface. Grimes doesn't see the new guy slide into the booth beside him while Chris holds his hand. All at once, he's getting frisked by the new guy. Shiherlis' grip is like steel. The new guy looks strong if you know where to look. Not pneumatic vanity muscle, but ropey and chiseled, with short black hair and a tight jaw, a starched white shirt under a black baseball jacket. Square aviators, old school. He runs his hands over Grimes with emotionless efficiency, like when he does this as habitually as breathing. Grimes looks around. Now he sees the third man, a fireplug with hard eyes that says he'd cut you open and not even think twice about it. He's hanging in the deli's small lobby by the payphone, casually watching the outside. McCauley finishes the search and half turns. Shiherlis releases his hand and leans back. The pastrami's good, Grimes says. And the turkey club. That your beater outside? McCauley asks. It's spoken for. I'll get you one like it if you want, Grimes says. Nothing hot, McCauley says. Gotta be legit and stand at a traffic stop. Understood. Grimes smooths his t-shirt. Pop a light, get pulled over, the registration, insurance, no problem. No wants, no warrants, clean rights. Plates? If a cop runs the tags, they'll show up as a registered in Springfield to a leasing company. Driver's licenses? They'll be ready. 2 cars, 1 panel van, no side windows, McCauley says. How do you set up delivery? I got a garage on the west side, behind a commercial vehicle auto repair shop. I will provide you with the key to the garage. Keys for the cars and van will be under the floor mat, ready to rock. No fuss, nothing that grabs attention. Boring, reliable, nothing flashy. Who owns this repair shop? My uncle. I run it. He don't ask questions? He's never there. Grimes shakes his head. You sure you just want the 2 beaters in the van? Did I say I wanted something else? Asking, that's all. I wondered why you didn't want something faster. Why? I was wondering. Don't wonder. McCauley takes off his sunglasses. I hire you to do a thing. You do that thing. He's x-raying Grimes. Do not fucking ask me what you do. Do not fucking ask me what you do. What you do not need to know. Gotta get into character here. Grimes feels the chill. He wants to move away, but there's nowhere in the booth to go. This guy is imposing. He's from the coast, set up by a guy with connections that are way deep. They're here for something large. Grimes doesn't want to blow it with attitude or overreacting. 3 rides, ready to go, $6,000 each, half up front, he says. They'll have maps in the glove box. They will have McDonald's wrappers on the floor, gum wrappers on the ashtray, and a rosary on the rear view in the van. Scrubbed but lived in. Got it. McCauley reaches into his jacket, pulls out an envelope. Grimes eyes the envelope. McCauley's face is impenetrable. You tell nobody what cars you are getting, or why, or who for, or for who. McCauley doesn't finish the sentence. I am cool. McCauley hands him the envelope. It crinkles. It has a nice heft. He lifts the flap. The bills inside are fresh and crisp, not even folded. They make for a sleek, thin package. $9,000. Grimes waits a second. Then, feeling the weight of McCauley's stare, he jams the envelope into his jeans pocket. McCauley stands and heads for the door. Shiherlis falls behind him. The guy in the lobby follows after they're gone. Grimes stares out the front window. McCauley walks away without looking back. When Grimes comes out of the Belden, McCauley and his men are gone. Grimes' weary excitement remains. He's doing business with a high-time, coast-to-coast crew. One rung up the food chain. He climbs into the Chevy into the parking lot and guns its big block to life and heads west through the sluggish street traffic. The overhead sun bakes the asphalt, the sunwalks, the sidewalks, the yellow brick buildings. By the time he reaches his repair shop and garage, the clock on the dash tells him it's only 2 minutes late. At the back of the alley, a man's waiting inside. Shadowed cab of this pickup truck, drumming his fingers on the wheel. His number two, Hank, is in the passenger seat. Grime pulls up and gets out. The man makes a show of checking his watch, irritated. His face isn't visible, but the dial flashes in the sun. Grime smiles and walks towards the truck with the keys to the Chevy dangling from his finger. I was tied up with another customer. I'm sorry. The man crosses his arms. Customer? What other customer? Grimes shakes his head. Another customer. The man holds for a second, knuckles tight, shoulders heavy. Can't talk about it? He turns to Hank, then back to Grimes. His voice goes from hot to amused. Suddenly you're supplying spooks or something? Grimes says quiet and holds out the keys. The man grabs the Chevy's keys from Grimes' hand. The CIA? He tosses the keys to Hank, who climbs out of the truck and heads for the car. Grimes backs away. The sign, the rest are in the trunk, Grimes says. You're cool. The man fires up the truck. I'm seeing your brother-in-law later. I'll tell him, do not disturb. You're on a secret mission. He puts the truck in gear. Hank gets behind the wheel of the Chevy. They pull away laughing. Grimes' hand hangs in the air. Whoa. All right. So there you have it. Being introduced to new characters and then getting that familiar feeling of the crew that you're familiar with in Heat. You got McCauley, De Niro's character. You have Shiherlis, Val Kilmer, and then you have, I believe they were describing Cerrito. So that was great. And then these new characters, one was named Grimes that we know about, the other one was Hank, and I think there was a third. So yeah, they're planning the heist, so they have to hire locals, which is always a risky thing. Okay, here we go. Who's here? Who's here to say hello? Prayers for my mom worked somewhat. She woke up today, 6 days unconscious. She drank some water, ate some applesauce, talked skittle. Thanks for prayers. Oh man, I had no idea. God bless you. And let's pray for healing mercies for Brian McCann's mom. Yes. Oh my God. Fire plug. I like that. Davina, how are you, Davina? Story time with Theo Paulie Bonzo. Yeah, it's old. It's 1988. Story time on rainy days is perfect. That's right. All right. Asking why nothing faster. I smell rats. We don't like rats. Anyways, hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're enjoying the reading here. It's kind of moving pretty good. I like that. I like that a lot. We're here at the Slant, and we have not one, but here let me remove this for a second. But two angles. Hey, how you doing? But we're using this big one for the reading, and we'll maybe sometimes come back to this one. Why not? Maybe we'll do a switcheroo. Yeah, it's so funny how different angles with different lighting just can manipulate or help the camera setting. And there's a little candle for you guys. Hey, Davina, hola. You ought to use the heat cam more often. Better framing. Yeah. Thanks for that note. This is a that camera is from the iPad, my iPad Pro, and that is a webcam. So there you have it. There you have it. But we're on chapter 11. So why don't we continue? I hope you guys are enjoying the reading, especially if you're just hanging out, maybe doing some stuff, around the house, getting stuff done. If you haven't, do me a favor and share this on Twitter. I tweeted it out, and on Instagram, I put it in my stories and all that good jazz. Beautiful. Paulie is pro. Okay, let me see. Yes. Oh, let's say hello to Stuart Mitchell. Good to see you, man. Been a minute. Good to see you. All right. Let me get one more drink. One more sippy. Chapter 11. Is this owned by Disney? No. I don't know, man. You know what? Don't depress me right now. No talk of Disney. Okay, I'm really happy you guys are enjoying this. Okay, here we go. Chapter 11. Alexander Dalicki. Alex to the women snorting lines off the living room coffee table, stands naked at the kitchen counter, pouring Johnny Walker Black into 2 glasses. The woman, Ginger, is equally naked. Her red hair sticks straight up, wildly disheveled, stupidly funny for a hairdresser. She wants to go again because he didn't succeed the first time, and she thinks Coke will help get him over the finish line. But she's about to crawl up the walls into the ceiling. She inhales another line through a rolled up 20 and flings herself back against the sofa cushions with a whoop. Alex needs to get her back down, both of them. He pours her a double. The knock on the door jars him. 2 loud thumps with the side of the fist. Ginger pops up, bright wired like the bride of Frankenstein. Alex, are you expecting company? He goes into the peephole. Hank stands outside, rocking the way he does when he gets jacked up, peering up and down the hall. Alex turns to Ginger. Get dressed, now. She gives him a pout. He pulls her to her feet, pushes her out towards the bedroom. Hank pounds again. Hang on, Alex says. His skin is hypersensitive. The lights seem to hiss at him, a nasty sound. He yanks on some sweats and unlocks the front door. Hank slides in. Hank Svoboda always seems to slide sideways, through cracks, like oil. You didn't answer your phone, he says. I was otherwise engaged. We're on. Alex feels himself reset. You said 9 p.m. It's 8:30. Get dressed. Hank's flat Slavic face seems like a skillet poised to brain him. Give me a few, Alex says. Hank shakes his head. You shot your mouth off. You want to come along for the ride? I'm parked outside. 60 seconds, move. Alex pulses feels thready. Yeah, he asked. The boss had pointed at him and said, You're on. Maybe the boss didn't think this score was as big as Alex claimed or that Alex was for real. Going along sure as hell is the way to show all that. Hank leaves, and Alex hustles Ginger out, looking skulky. Then he dresses in black, shoves the ski mask in his pocket, and then runs down the back stairs. Hank is idling in a creaky Chevy sedan. Alex jumps in, wiping his nose. Good to go. Hank pulls out. Don't take your phone off the hook again. I'm here, aren't I? You never keep these guys waiting. Alex says, What's with the pizza sign on the roof? Figure it out. They head for Lincoln Park. The night feels bright, fizzy, popping. The street is quiet. It's always quiet by the Gold Coast brownstones overlooking Lincoln Park. Money cushions everything, even sound. Alex sits in the back seat of the Chevy, squashed between Chubby and Angel. His brain up an elevator from the coke, his skin feeling like it's been shaved with sandpaper. Hank is cruising slowly. The boss rides a shotgun. The back of his head looks like a cannonball. The car pulls over 50 yards from the townhouse. Rich light glows from behind drawn shades. Spring green trees shiver under the streetlights. A breeze is blowing toward the lake. Leaves scuttle along the street. The sound seems to scrape inside of Alex's skull. The engine idles. The boss cracks his knuckles. Alex can hear him breathing. Angel and Chubby are silent. Go, the boss says. Alex rolls out of the car with the other men. The boss slides behind the wheel. Sticking to the shadows, they cross the small lawn to the townhouse, hurry up the stairs, and flatten against the wall besides the large front door next to Greek urns overflowing with orange bougainvillea. The Chevy pulls up. It's Umberto's pizza sign. It's Umberto's pizza sign is illuminated. The boss gets out, wearing a white socks cap low over his forehead, and an Umberto shirt, and carrying a pizza box. The ski mask is over his face. He walks with contained energy. His eyes look like lit matches. Alex and the others roll their masks down. Hank has the house key in his left hand, in case they need it. He has a crowbar in his right. Alex's mask scratches against his hot skin. The leather gloves groan as he flexes his fist. He has to do this. He knows the boss doesn't fully trust him. Alex has to prove he's more than the tipster who scouted the score. Provided intel. He's part of the crew. He has to rise to the occasion right now. The boss climbs the steps and rings the doorbell. Then he turns and faces the street, making sure the pizza box and his shirt are visible, the car visible at the curb, his face hidden. Alex's knee jitters and his shoulder twitches. Hank grabs him by the back of the neck. His mutter is so low it's no more than a breath. Hold fucking still. A deadbolt slides back. The door opens. A man says, "Hang on a minute, I think you have the wrong address." His voice goes muffled as he turns. "Did someone order a pizza?" The men hidden along the wall spin and charge straight through the door. Bam! The homeowner yells, and Alex is in the house, his heart thundering. The homeowner, James Matzukas, is backing away from the door, wide-eyed. He's in his late 40s, suave, dressed in a cashmere sweater. He wheels around in the marble hallway. "Andy, run! Lock the door," he yells. Hank swings a crowbar at the man's knees. Boom! Matsukas drops like a felled tree. Beyond him, in the doorway of a family room, a woman appears in a robe, towel drying her hair. She shouts, "What the fuck?" Mrs. Matsukas. Andy. Chubby bolts after her. The boss turns and steps inside. He closes the door, takes his .44 from the pizza box. Andy shrieks as Chubby collars her. Matsuka scrambles like a wounded crab along the gleaming floor. The boss kicks the man's elbow from under him and steps on his neck. Tossing aside the pizza box, he aims a gun at the man's head. Then he looks up at the woman, stands tall. He shouts, "Honey, I'm home." From behind his mask, Alex can hear every molecule of air entering his lungs. He's panting. He's hot. He's staring at the marble, the swooping staircase, the chandelier. How great is their house? He had imagined it, but is beyond any glitz he could conjure. It truly sparkles in his eyes. That's the coke, but it shines. Hank grabs his shirt and shoves him toward the front door. "Your lookout. Stay there." The boss snaps his fingers and points at Angel. "Master bedroom." Angel charges up the stairs. Chubby grabs Andy Matsukas, who's screaming, struggling, and swearing, into the hall and binds her wrists with the speed of a team roper using electrical tape. The boss turns to Hank. "Get the girl." Andy thrashes, screaming. With the thick stone walls, nobody outside will hear her. "Shut up," the boss orders. She does, eyes wide, panicked. Hank runs up the stairs. James Matsukas withers on the floor, his eyes bugging. "Don't hurt my family." The boss presses his boot into the man's neck. The cash in the safe. Open it. You do that, we're gone. Done. You give a shit, and he gestures. Chubby slaps Andy. The boss stares down at Matsukas. I think you know what happens if you give a shit. Matsukas moans, drooling blood onto the marble. I'll open it. Don't hurt her. I'm begging you. The boss hauls him off his feet and shoves a gun into his ribs. Move. James Matsukas owns a dozen Chicagoland car dealerships. The boss has been eyeing him since Alex tipped him off and made an impression of his wife's house key. From the moment Alex described Andy Matsukas, the sapphires, the diamond ring, and the Porsche, the tight skirt, and the attitude, he's been hot for this score. Andy is demanding, proud, and thinks nothing's wrong with displaying wealth. Her husband gives her $10,000 monthly. Her husband gives her a $10,000 monthly allowance in cash. Alex has heard her say, it's hard to spend that much money, but it sure is fun. Andy goes through life buying everything she wants, including subservience. Alex told the crew that. The boss force marches Matsukas towards his study. He glares at Alex and snaps his fingers. Eyes out the door. Alex hunches and turns. He hears Angel upstairs rifling through drawers. He hears crying. Hank appears pulling the Matsukas' 14-year-old daughter, Jessica, down the stairs. The girl is fighting, flailing at Hank, her face always sunny and open when Alex has seen her before, beautiful, cool, but nothing seeing him as she swept past, now like a storm of childlike terror. Stop it, she yells. Let go, don't hurt my mom or dad. At the wall safe in the study, Matsukas fumbles with the tumbler. I'll give you whatever, name it. No one has to get rough. He finally manages the combination and swings the door open. Take the cash. There on the desk, the keys to my Ferrari. Take it. I won't ever report it. Don't hurt my family. The Ferrari. Alex parked it once. His pulse skitters. He looks through the peephole in the front door. Trees, night, wealth, danger. His blood thuds in ears, bubbles in his veins. His skin feels like it's covered with ants. The boss shoves Matsukas away from the safe. Ferrari? We don't want your fucking Ferrari. We look like hicks from Kenosha who fell into your showroom. He sweeps the contents of the safe into a gym bag and grabs the keys after all. Matsukas is breathing like he's about to heave. Now, the boss says. He yanks a man from the study. And at the far end of the hall, Chubby and Hank hold Andy and Jessica from behind the hair, arms pinned. The boss knocks Matsukas to the floor. He pulls out a pack of cigarettes and lights and tosses them in front of the man. Light up, he says. I don't smoke. He kicks Matsukas in the face with his steel toe construction boot, fracturing his right cheekbone and orbital socket. Matsukas still lies, eyes rolled back. Jessica screams. Hank slaps his large hand across her mouth. Stop it, Andy screams. Don't hurt him, please. I'll give you whatever you want. I'll do anything. The boss throws her a wry look. She sees it. Parts her robe, exposing herself. His expression says, look at that. She'll go along, pretend like it's okay, but he'll read her and get whipsawed by her hate and loathing. He's been there. Sticking the gun in the waistband of his jeans, he picks up the lighter and cigarettes and walks over to her. Light up. He taps a cigarette from the pack and sticks it between her lips. It shakes like a seismograph needle. He flicks the lighter. Andy inhales and the tip of the cigarette lights red. The boss steps back. Good girl, he says softly. Now, burn yourself or I will. Your choice. What the fuck? Andy thinks. He sees Andy's eyes, reflected red with the glowing cigarette, crazed with fear. Hank holds Jessica by the hair, forcing her to watch. Alex sees Andy shake her head. He hears the screams, then the sobs, Jessica yelling, stop it, don't. The boss turns and points at Jessica. Come here. Jessica freezes. Hank pushes her towards him. The boss grabs her. On your knees. No, she cries. On your knees, bitch, or I'll kill your mother. She's 14, not so sophisticated here at home as she tries to pretend out in the world, Alex thinks. She shakes her head. The boss forces her to the knees and unzips his fly. Alex is halfway down the hall toward him even before he knows it. Stop. The boss turns. Hank turns. Alex, Angel, and Chubby turn, staring at him. He keeps coming. You're getting loud, he says. There's a guy on the street walking the dog. Shut the fuck up. We gotta go. It's the best excuse he could think of. He jerks his thumb over his shoulder. Now! The boss holds on to Jessica. She's hunched, teeth bared, shivering. Alex looks at the boss in the eye. I'll gag her, tie her up, lock her in the room. Come on. The boss's chest is rising and falling. Behind his mask, his eyes are liquid. He stares at Alex for a moment, then shoves Jessica at him. She stumbles against Alex's chest. Chubby tosses him a roll of electrical tape. The boss stalks up and grabs Alex by the back of the neck. He puts his lips to Alex's ear and whispers harsh, quick words that makes Alex's skin prickle. He then shoves Alex away. Hurry, he says. Alex puts a hand on Jessica's back and urges her up the stairs. Just go. Just do it, he says. Don't resist. It'll be quicker. Still freaked and crying, the girl staggers up the stairs. She's shuddering. Her eyes are shining with fear. Which room? Alex says. She hears the screams from her mother downstairs. She freezes. Alex pushes her forward. Don't hurt my mom. Downstairs, the boss's arm is whipping back and forth as he hits Andy. Then he drags her into the family room. Oof. Whoa. Yeah. Wow. Oh, I don't know about you guys, but I think that was the best chapter yet. Son of a gun. Woo. Son of a gun. All right, let's just check in with you people. Wow. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this? This is great. Davina, Wikipedia, 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment acquired the distribution rights to the film through their part ownership of Regency Enterprises back in 2015. There you go. Chapter 11, bankruptcy. Alex is a bit sus. I mean, he's a total party, crazy guy. But he does have a smidgen of humanity left, right? TZ Burton, hi Paulie. Hey, what's up? Hello, what's up? Man, if you don't like pepperoni, just what's up, awesome one? Another sexy read, that's right. Hey, Stuart, Heat was Michael Mann's remake of his own film, the TV movie LA Takedown. I didn't know that. I did not know that. What's up? Hey, what's going on, Keely? Well, we're just doing a little reading. We don't need no stinking Ferrari. I like that. Thank you, man. Yeah, all dressed up. I got my suit on. Polly says I'll do anything. Intense. It was intense. De Niro wasn't as cruel in the movie. Very practical. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying our reading of Heat 2, the novels right here. And we also have it on digital. If you are joining us for the first time, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. There's also a link for part 1 of our reading. In that video has been doing so well that people have been wanting this part 2. That video also has the timestamp of all the chapters, and we're going to do the same thing for this one here as well. I want to take a second to show you guys my tie. Okay, now if you could see it, it has stitched in it La Virgen de Guadalupe. How cool is that? I got it as a Christmas gift a couple of years ago, and I just love it to death. Love it to death. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys are enjoying our reading of Heat 2. Don't forget, you can always send a super chat, whether this is live or on the replay. Super thanks. PayPal, all that good jazz. All right. So, okay, let's continue. I think we've said hi to everybody. Ah, oh, I'm glad you like the tie. You know what? Let's get that other angle. Yeah, this is a nice angle. See, this angle, you can really see the stash and how I curled it out, man. Yeah. For you guys, special for you guys. Okay, here's the tie. Here's the tie. Nice. Bueno. All right. Well, why don't we read 1800 circus performer. That's the only thing that's different from this video to last to part one is that in part one I did not have the stash. That shows you it's been a minute since we did this. So why don't we we'll go ahead. Excuse me. And thanks guys. Oh, it's on YouTube? Ooh. Okay. Okay, thank you. Monster stash. It is a monster stash. I'm loving it, guys. I'm really loving it. I'm really enjoying it. Thank you guys for being here, man. Thank you guys so much. Do me a favor too, even if you are subscribed, double check. YouTube is always funny like that. Thank you, TZ. Thank you, awesome one. Okay. Oh man, we're on to 12. This is great, man. This is great. Just over an hour into it, and I think that last chapter was pretty heavy. It was pretty heavy. Yeah. And it's going to continue. Let's get right to it, shall we? And... okay, great. Awesome. The greatest Latin showman on earth. Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you. Let me know if you guys are enjoying these readings. I want to do special streams. I just, obviously don't want to do just our normal videos all the time when we're tearing down pop culture. There is good stuff out there. And also I think it's always good to flex your creative and, muscles like that. 34, yeah, not bad. That's really good. Okay. Let me drink one more time and then we're gonna continue. Okay, now we're going to I think this is actually a shorter chapter, but this is Al Pacino's character, Vincent Hanna. Chapter 12. Through the shears on the balcony window, the headlights down on Lakeshore Drive cast a dreamy light. Vincent Hanna stands up from the king-size bed. He lifts the tumbler of scotch from the nightstand, where it sits besides his badge, his deputy weapon, an extra clip, and a bottle of Bordeaux. Downs the whiskey. He pulls on his pants and steps outside into the brisk night. The surrounding skyscrapers sparkle darkly. Lake Michigan is a vast black absence to the east. He stretches and inhales. Jody calls to him from the bed. Show off. He turns and smiles. She lies on her back, wine glass in her hand, one leg stretched toward the ceiling, spinning her foot lazily. The city wants everything I've got, he says. They won't get it, but I can give them a look. She rolls over and gets up, pulling on a plush white robe. This is her place, but they've gotten to know each other long enough that she feels comfortable having him over. She steps onto the balcony beside him. Not bad, huh? Better than his first apartment in Chicago. Better than his current apartment in Chicago. He sees pride on her face and a relaxed sense of satisfaction. She's a couple of years younger than he is. Picky. Discerning about men, he likes to think, knowing that it's an ego boost. Come here. He pulls her against him and slides his hands beneath her robe. She smiles slowly. not worrying about the clock. They have the whole evening booked. But when he leans in to kiss her, but when he leans in to kiss her neck, she tilts her head back and says, "Neighbor across the way has a telescope. So he'll see what he's missing. So he'll see what he's missing." She. He runs his hands through her back and laughs. The beeper on the dresser inside. The beeper is on the dresser inside with his wallet and keys. He hears it over the sound of traffic and Jody's cool, clear breathing. He lets go of her and walks inside. He sees the code. She comes in, brushing her fingers through her auburn hair. What's going on? She runs one fingernail down his jugular, raises an eyebrow. He closes his eyes, opens them, grabs his shirt. Yeah. He takes her hand, kisses it, and as he pulls the shirt on, "I'll call you." She heads for the shower as he ties his shoes. "Be good." He leaves her fee on the kitchen island in cash. Oh, that was a really short one. Nice and sweet and short. But yeah, it's a new movie called Auto. It is making money, and I hear it's pretty good with Tom Hanks. All right. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. It looks like um chapter 13 is a big one. So this is a quick sip. And I thank you guys for being here. Oh, and one last thing, if you would be so kind, retweet this out, let people know that I am reading and we are having fun here. I would appreciate it. And thanks again. Okay, let's continue. Chapter 13. Black elms rustle in the night air, lit by low street lamps. Across the street is Lincoln Park. In the middle distance is a granite bridge built in 1893, arching over a brittle path. Empty. Hanna is parked at the curb. He now gets out and walks down the sidewalk under the lush canopy. He passes on his right a tungsten yellow bay window in a granite townhouse. A couple watches the activity down the street. High ceilings, ornate cornices, large table lamp, and a lush vibe of the good life, he thinks. The rustle of leaves, dead quiet. From the house at the end of the street is a distant blue white flash of a camera. It's silent too. Hannah's face changes. A low voltage pulses under his skin, like his heart knows the imminence of the scene racing at him. He takes the granite stairs, two at a time. From the side of the house, around the corner, an ambulance pulls away, lights spinning. White and blue units crowd the side streets. The ME's body van is half on the sidewalk. From inside, among the uniforms, comes another flash of the police's photographer's camera. Great. This is going to be a long night. Maybe an all-nighter. Hanna pops a couple of uppers. He signs into the scene with the officer stationed at the inside the door. Detective Robert Easton comes down from upstairs to meet him. Vincent. Easton's shaved head shines under the ceiling light. He's African American, lanky, so tall he tends to duck his head when approaching doorways. "What do we got?" "What do we got?" Hanna says. 5 men, ski masks, gloves. Hanna eyes the door. No marks on the jab, locks are clean. How'd they get in? "A ruse. Pizza delivery," Easton says. Neighbor across the street saw them leave in a car with a sign on top. Hanna stops inside the vestibule. This is the 6th similar home invasion robbery in the area in the last 8 months. Glencoe, Winnetka, Hinsdale, the home invaders have been circling through the suburbs like sharks outside Chicago's perimeter. Now they've sprawled inside the city limits, hitting an upscale Chicago neighborhood. Okay, his turf. No forced entry, disguised the same MO as the suburban scores. Other detectives from Hanna's Criminal Intelligence Division are already scouring the bushes out the back. They won't find anything. These guys leave no fingerprints or anything else. The leader of the crew has sexually assaulted 4 women. The marble floor in the entry hall is tacky with a pool of dry blood the size of a truck tire. It poured from the head of the dead man with the caved-in skull who lies before him. "Who?" Hanna says. "Husband." Easton opens his notepad. James Masukas, 48, owns car dealerships. I've seen him on TV. The ambulance? Wife, Andrea Masukas, broken ribs in a jaw, cigarette burns on her face, her eye, raped, naked, semi-conscious on the floor is how they found her. He shakes his head. Who else? The daughter. She's already in the OR. Brain trauma, sexually assaulted. Hannah feels a chill. How old? 14. Easton looks up from his notes, his voice level but sharps around the edges. An acrid, dull heaviness invades Hannah's lungs. He holds his breath. He's immobile. He then breathes. What'd they get? Easton walks Hannah into the study, points to the open wall safe. Cash. Lots of it. Wife's jewelry from here and the bedroom. Get an inventory from her as soon as she can talk, or from the insurance company. Maybe there's Polaroids. We'll start working local fences, see if it's turning up. Hannah returns to the hall. Did the same guy attack the wife and daughter? Don't know, Easton says. Wife was at the family room, daughter was at the bedroom. Hannah looks at the head wounds. Number of blows he took, like from a crowbar or tire iron, seeing the splatter patterns on the walls. He was already dead before the killer stopped hitting him. Overkill. He scans the floor. Too many people have been in and out already. The neighbor, the uniform who responded to the 911 call, the paramedics, the police photographer, and the MEs. People were careful. Get comparison shoe prints for elimination. He looks from the body toward the study. What I see, though, is what I don't see. He indicates the multiple trails of footprints and points to the study door. No shoe prints going from the body into the study. No blood in there at all. So they killed him after he opened the safe. He opened the safe and then they killed him anyways. Illuminating. Illuminating what, boss? He's not there only for the scores and free sex. Something else makes this guy go. He walks toward the stairs to the second floor. He's angry. Into it. He's not going to stop. Ooh. All right. Woohoo. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Hope everyone is doing well. My name is Paulie. This is the Latino Slant. And yeah, what do you think of that? What do you think of that, guys? How are you liking this novel so far? Didn't know this was originally set in Chicago, LA, stealing from us. Actually, Bonzo, it is not. What it is we're going back in time in 1988. They were a coast to coast crew. De Niro's crew was coast to coast. They just so happened to be getting ready for a score in Chicago, and Hannah was a Chicago Police Department. If you remember in Heat 1, which is years later, they talk about Chicago very briefly. So what we do know is the origin, at least this prequel, is set in Chicago, and then they're all going to be in LA. And now the sequel part of this, in part 1, is that Chris, after De Niro's character dies, is headed to Mexico and makes it to the border. So there's a lot going on from here. Oh man, I'm getting hungry. Guys talking about pizza. All right. Well, I did say in the description we are just going to chapter 13, but give me a thumbs up if you'd like me to continue for at least one or maybe two more one or two more chapters. Let me know if you would like that, and maybe we'll change it up. Yeah, I said 14. Okay, well, just hold on to that thumbs up because I said 14. There you go. All right. So let's get back to chapter. Let's start chapter 14. Let's see what you guys have to say. Yeah, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Davina's given us some intel. On March 25th, 1964, McCauley and members of his regular crew followed an armored car that delivered money to a national tea grocery store at 4720 South Cicero Avenue, Chicago. There you go, right? So in 64, who is a much younger man, he was already doing scores in Chicago. Well, so his origins probably Chicago, but he creates a coast to coast crew. And we got some Silos. What's up, brother? 2 more chapters. All right, let's see how my throat does. And let's hope for no rain tomorrow. Maybe we can me and Silos do some jujitsu together. We do workouts with some other fellas every Sunday. Man, I really hope it dries out, man. Really hope so. Okay. Great. Let's get back in it. Chapter 14. Hannah sees Andrea Matsukas in the hospital in the morning, battered, jaw wired shut, left eye bandaged, hooked to an IV drip, barely able to talk, her world crushing beyond repair. And Hannah sees that she fiercely clings to a foundation, some purpose, for the sake of her daughter, he guesses, who is in a room a few floors below in an induced coma to reduce intracranial swelling caused by her skull being fractured when she was beaten unconscious with a table lamp. The woman can't afford herself the luxury of despair of slipping into the void. 5 minutes, the nurse tells him sternly, and he knows better than to mess with nurses. He speaks quietly. Mrs. Matsukas, I'm a detective. Sergeant Vincent Hanna, he says. I'm sorry this has happened to you. It shouldn't happen to anybody. This is difficult, but the sooner you can tell me about what happened, the better chance we have to catch these people. If you cannot, I understand, and I can come back when you can. Stay, she barely says. Her unbandaged eye is closed tightly, then opens. White, mask, soft skin around their eyes. Her voice comes as a hissed monotone through her wired jaw. She was fit, healthy woman from photos in the house. Now she's a deflated mass of injuries in the bed. Hannah nods. One who gave orders. And was he the one who attacked you? Yes. Tall. She swallows. He entered. He said, Honey, I'm home. Hannah slides hand across his mouth. The next thing I have to ask you is very hard. Can you tell me what they did? Their specific actions help identify them, if they're similar to or different from the actions in other home invasions. Beat Jimmy, made him open safe. She pauses, staring into the distance past Hannah. The boss throws Jimmy aside from the open safe. With his ruined knee, he crashes to the floor. The boss turns towards him. I'll do anything you want, she says. Don't hurt my husband. Please, mister. And she lets her robe fall open, revealing herself, turning him from Jimmy. Okay. You're gonna be cool, right? The boss asks. She nods. And you're kind of signifying like maybe being sexed by the Malo gangster bad man in the black mask maybe even gets you off a little, right? She half nods. He moves closer. Like a secret part of you is into talking or a walk on the wild side, getting your kink on, and maybe that'll chill me out. You're thinking maybe I'll go easier on your family, huh? His look burns her. You think because your pussy's so hot you can con at me with that half-ass come on, you arrogant cunt. I got x-ray vision, baby. You cannot lie to me. He butts his palm off her forehead, ratchets her eyes up to his. What you're really thinking is, I'm gonna get bona fide by a maggot, and I gotta do 3 laps through a pool of Lysol to get this shit off me. Con me, baby? From the day I got hatched, I got whipsawed by a pro. We're going full apocalypse around the gate. Then he burned me, she said. A lit cigarette pushes towards her face. Jessica screams from upstairs, a thud. The flat pool of the boss's eyes. Pain sears savagely. Wild, she rips her head sideways. He forces her head back, the cigarette coming into her. And then he raped me. Andy spun around, grabbed by her hair, slammed face first into the wall. His left hand presses her head there while he rips aside her robe and jerks her ass out toward him. Leave me alone, Jimmy's broken voice. The boss plunges into her, searing, tearing. Killed my husband, she says, the deadness in her still look at a point in space beyond Hanna. The huge edge of a sheepskin throw rug is large and blurred into her face, near her face, rousing to consciousness. She sees shapes resolve suddenly. Others are walking away as the boss is leaving, as if contemplating a last chore. He lowers over her husband and swings a crowbar down on his head. Jimmy's head bounces off the marble. He does it again with an irritated urgency, and again, this time the steel shank smashes through Jimmy's skull and buries there. He yanks it free. The boss glances away. He leaves. She looks at Hanna, expressionless. He imagines a home movie that had just played inside her head moments past. From a file, Hanna shows her police photos of the empty safe and ransacked master bedroom. She nods, blinks, raises her left hand. The knuckles are bruised. The robbers ripped her wedding band and engagement ring off her finger. They tore her earlobes, ripping away her stud earrings as well. Insurance company, she says, has inventory. She gives him the company name. He thanks her. He heads for the door, but she calls him through her wired jaw. Detective? Hanna turns. Find him. Oh, I will, he says. Believe me, I will. He heads down to Jessica's floor. The nurse on duty says visitors aren't allowed. He tells her if there's any change, anything at all, call me. Jessica had been conscious the longest during the home invasion. She was the last member of the family attacked. If she comes back, she might have more to tell. The nurse looks at Hanna like she knows him. I'll make a note. Levison's TV and appliance occupies a cracked sidewalk stretch of a busy street west of downtown. Hanna and Castles stroll in after lunch. The proprietor sits back at a desk in the back, surrounded by televisions and stereos. He's balding, his brown hair slicked back. He turns from watching a cowboy movie on Channel 9. His yellow shirt smells of mothballs. Hanna snaps his fingers. Larry, what do you hear? What do you say? Larry leans back. Casuals approaches and sits on the side of his desk and starts poking through his papers, intentionally invading his space. Hanna knows the crew that took the Lincoln Park score stole mounted jewelry. He knows they popped the stones out of the settings and lay it all off on one or two fences. One to melt down the gold, maybe another to move the stone. Levison is the fourth fence they visited today. He laces his hands across his belly, like he's relaxed, but his eyes skip nervously. Hear what, Vincent? About the hole in the ozone layer because of the methane from cow farts. Hairspray is destroying the planet. Hanna stands in front of the desk. Home invasion crew. They took a townhouse by Lincoln Park last night. Don't know nothing about it. Casuals looks over an invoice. Really? It's right in the airways on every fucking news channel. Change the channel on some of these crappy TVs you got stacked here. Middle six fingers on a wholesale in mounted stones, Hanna says. Start calling. See if you can get in on that action fencing the stones, melt down the settings, make yourself some dough, give them a good deal, and get tight with them. I don't deal with home invaders, Levinson protests. You do now, and you know who does. Hanna points at the phone. Dial. After you do good by them, Hanna continues, you're going to shift your ass into a flip-o-matic and tell me who the fuck they are and what they are taking next. You got that? No answer. Is that clear? He gets into Levison's face. Am I speaking in tongues? Is English your second fucking language? What are you coming on so strong at me for? Levinson protests. Because you are part of a criminal subculture. You make your living off crime. And because I'm angry, Larry, I want this fucking crew. Am I making my point? Levison hesitates, takes the phone, dials, waits, then, hey, Junior. Yeah, beat. That score that went down? No, no, Lincoln Park. If that's on the street and you're looking at it, I'll take a piece. He listens. His gaze ping pongs between Hanna and the casuals. Who's putting out the score? Levison's mouth tightens. Let me know if you do. Don't want none, send it. Send it. You don't want none, send it my way. There's a piece in it for you. Levison hangs up, shrugs. Hannah's already leaving. Over the shoulder. Keep making calls, Larry. I'll be back. Woo! Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. That was fantastic. Make it 4 chapters. Hey, man, listen. I'm trying. I'm doing my best here. It does take a toll on the throat, on the voice here. I hope you guys are enjoying this reading of Heat 2. And here's the book, guys. Here, let's switch cameras. And let me check the stream, make sure everyone's doing good. Intense chapter. It was very intense. It was very intense. But it's well done, well written. Yeah, was very well done. Okay, let me see here. Make this big. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Let's get that rid of that. All right, here you go. Here's the book. It's a big one, man. It's a big one. So if we were to look at where chapter 14 ends, let's see where we're at. We've made a little headway. Right? But we got a lot more to go. So yeah, this is available on Amazon, anywhere. It's a bestseller at this point. #1 bestseller. And because I bought the book, I also got they gave me the Kindle as well. So that's cool. Just so you know, if you buy it off Amazon, then they give you the Kindle there. All right. So since we're thank you so much. Yeah, cool, man. Cool. And it's great to see all our all members of the channel getting renewals for their sponsorships, but then also too, looks like Gonzalo Bergali is here. He's in the chat and he gifted 5 Latino memberships. 5 Latino memberships. Brian McCann, awesome one. Stunt Brat, Cecil Neal, and Fat Elvis were gifted. How cool is that? Thank you so much, my dude. I really appreciate it. You got Brian McCann. You got awesome one, Stunt Brat, Cecil Neal, and Fat Elvis. Very cool. Here bigote. I don't know. I can't imagine that it's not being talked about. Do you know what I mean? I cannot imagine that it's not at this point too, because it's a bestseller. But let me do this. Let's do 2 things. If you want me to do another chapter, I need a super chat, any amount, and then I'm gonna right now get some water. But you know, let's get a super chat in here for another chapter, and we'll do an extra one. We'll do another chapter for you. We're an hour and a half, so I got it in me. So I will be right back. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm back. I had run out of water. I really needed it. Yeah, I mean, definitely Mr. Latinx himself. If you haven't seen it, definitely I definitely recommend the film. I mean, it is one of the all-time great crime caper, like bank heist films and drama ever. All right. Uh, I think we're going to 15. Yeah. We're going to keep at least one more. At least one more. And thanks again, Gonzalo. At least one more chapter. We've done chapters 8 through 14 already here, which has been really cool. A special stream for you guys. My name is Paulie. This is the Latino Slant. If you're just getting here, we're doing a live reading of Heat 2, the novel. We're going to go for one more chapter. And if you're just getting here, you can always hit the replay, hit the chapter breakdowns, and remember, part 1 is in the video box description. Thank you, Davina. We're having fun. No? All right, here we go. Okay. Check one, check one. Okay, hold on a second. All right. Apologize for that. Thank you guys so much. We are on chapter 15. Okay, here we go. By the time, chapter 15, by the time Hannah and Casuals pulled into CPD Shakespeare Station, the afternoon sky is filling with thunderheads. The low brick building is built like a kid's fort in the center of a leafy residential block. A massive radio antenna arises from the roof. In the bullpen, at the Criminal Intelligence Division, Easton and Detective Rick Rossi are making calls. As Hannah enters, what do you know? Easton puts his hand over the receiver, indicates at the phone. Re-interviewing the priors, looking at commonalities. The room is crowded, the desk messy. The walls are painted in a shiny industrial green. A huge whiteboard near the windows is covered with lists, names, streets, businesses. There are hundreds of items to cross-check. They need to circle back and speak again to all the families who've been robbed, sorting for common denominators, kids and parents, grandparents, husbands and wives, and any of them are sleeping with on the side. Plumbers, pizza delivery men, teenagers' girlfriends, boyfriends, alarm system installers, refrigerator repairmen, cleaners, anyone with access. This crew never forces its way inside. Sometimes they knock. Sometimes they open the door with a key. A key. Where did they get the key? Where did the victims eat before the robberies? Any weddings they gone to? Who changes the oil in their cars? Detecting. 90% of it is quantitative accumulation of data from crime scene evidence and interviews and then sorting it. Done right, that earns you the other 10%. That's what Hannah lives for. Hannah drops into his desk chair. He surveys a whiteboard. Okay, we know the boss commits the sexual assaults. Maybe he's not the only one, but we know he leads it. Torture, and at least 2 murders we know of. That shit attaches to the rest of the crew. What else? Easton answers. Rest of his crew is sticking with him, according to the matching descriptions of other victims. If they aren't partaking, you think 1 or 2 of his crew get nervous and drop away. You'd think. Fear? Casuals ask. Maybe. Hannah stares into Hannah stares at that puke green ceiling. Any burglary crew that's any good wouldn't touch a home invasion. At the top of the burglary food chain, highline pros wouldn't even waste their time with mounted jewelry unless it had the marble diamond planted in it. The reason this crew will pop the stones and melt down the settings is because if you're caught with the jewelry intact, it's identifiable. That ties you to the score. But separating stones from settings all time takes an all but separating the stones from settings all takes time and lower level fences, any of whom can catch a bust and flip. And the more intermediaries there are between that theft and cash money, the more risks multiply. The ideal unmounted stones out of a wholesale diamond merchant's vault in the 5 South Wabash building. If a crew is good enough to take that down, they're anonymous, untraceable. So, home invasion are cowboy scores. Add that to the crew's penchant for wanting the homeowners at home. What if Dirty Harry and guard dogs are inside? And are they at the bottom of the ladder? And then there's the anomaly, Hannah says. Home invaders, as pros, are the low bottoms, or amateurs acting on impulse. But his crew is neither. Their scores are targeted, not opportunistic. They're organized, they're proficient and good at what they do. They know what's in the house before they go in. That indicates research, pre planning, and prep, and they have access. He points to the whiteboard. 2 of the priors entered with a key. How? Where's that part of the story? So their proficiency is what they don't jive. That means money may be the primary, but it's not the only motivator. There's other drives too. They like it. He crosses to the coffee pot. But the bonus round is only for the boss? Rossi offers. Hannah pours. Yeah, and his rapes, the beatings, they're scripted, intimate, and full of anger. Violence is his bag. And if they resisted, Casual speculates, Hannah agrees he'd correct their behavior. He wants them to disobey. Probably there's a history of impulsive hair trigger violence in other settings. Easton adds, at the corner tavern, he'd be known as explosive. Don't fuck with Ralph. How did he talk to his wife? How did he yell at her? Rossi asks. I'll know more when I talk to her again. Did the asshole get hard burning her with cigarettes? Easton asks. Is the violence erotic? Guessing, but I think the violence is vindictive, not erotic. He hurts the husband, forces compliance, then he attacks the woman. That demeans her. So he replaces the husband in her home, and then he acts out some kind of living theater for himself on her. The attack on the teenage daughter, though, sits wrong with Hannah. Not the attack itself, the taking her up the bedroom. What's that? Every other time, this guy likes the show. And then he says, honey, I'm home. Home, Easton asked. Exactly. Home. Hannah thinks, a fucking comedian. Hannah returns to her desk. Since the sexual assaults are after the husband opened the safe and he's already got compliance and he's acting out his theater, the scenario is like an antidote that's to something. That's the high. But the relief would be temporary. He's got to go back and do it again and again. Antidote to, Easton asks, how do I know? From what they experienced once upon a time or is experiencing right now, more specific than that, Hannah shrugs. Is he taking trophies to fantasize later? Underwear? Cut off a part of her. Take her liver and have her for breakfast with eggs over easy? He didn't do that. That's psychotic. He'd be shitting in the refrigerators, writing on the mirrors, fingerprints, none of that. The guy's not dysfunctional. Hannah repeats to himself, his primary is to score. The score is planned and controlled, but the psychosis does not author the event. This sick fuck is indulging himself. These assholes need to go away, Easton says. Really? No shit. Sorry, Easton cares how Hannah regards him. Shut the fuck up, he thinks. Listen. Speculation aside, we're nowhere, Rossi. Stay on the phones with prior victims, looking for new common denominators to Mastukas. To Easton. Bob, seg over to the physical evidence on Matsukas. Coroner's best guess on crowbar or tire iron or what? The blood spatters from Matsuka's head. Can it can it indicate the direction of the strike? Is the guy right-handed or left-handed? The amount of force to crack open this skull like that. Does the angle of the strike tell us about the height of the assailant? Footprints indicating where perp 1, 2, 3, and 4 stood and traveled? The witness who saw the bullshit delivery sign. All of that. To all of them. I want to narratively reconstruct this event. I want to know how every moment physically happened, beat by beat. He turns. Casuals, you and I will continue with fences and informants. I'll talk to Andy again and wait for Jessica to wake up. If Jessica wakes up. Charlie Captain Bauman appears in the doorway. Hannah, Bauman says. While Hannah scribbles down a phone number, he holds up a hand to Bauman. In a minute. Casual glances at him. Bauman turns towards his office, gesturing to Hannah to follow. Plus, I want a profile on this guy. Casuals, call Kessler at Feb Behavioral Science at Quantico. Hannah hands Casuals to the number. See if he's got any ideas that might help predict behavior. In certain situations, this guy is going to zig or he's going to zag. Which way he'll fly. He heads to Bauman's office across the bullpen. When he enters, Bauman turns his face. Who told you could rouse Levinson? Why does it matter? I asked you a question. They didn't steal jewelry for dress up. They're fencing it somewhere. You think Levinson is fencing this crew's merch? No. Then leave him alone. If somebody lifted a tray off a bakery truck on Ogden, Levinson knows about it. I want him finding out who is. Levinson doesn't work for you. Bauman's meaty forefinger points at Hannah's sternum. He works for me. Hands off. Charlie Bauman is the head of the Criminal Intelligence Division. He has snow white hair, black eyebrows, and piercing eyes. Half German, half Italian. He's as old school Chicago as it gets. He has a dozen legendary collars and dead bodies to his name. He hangs with Irv Kupcinet and keeps his name prominent in the Sun-Times. The armed robbers, serial killers, sensational murders he's taken down have created his reputation as Chicago's preeminent tough cop. Below that is a different, more complex matrix of associations. Many from his childhood in Chicago's patch around Grand and Ogden. From that subsurface matrix, Bauman has more cheats in his pocket for favors than the First Ward alderman. In Chicago's parallel political economy, professional thieves, whether they're hitting jewelry salesmen or doing cartage theft of trailers out of the Union Station freight yards, they know they have to down the merch with outfit fences like Levinson. Those who think they don't end up as a bad odor in a remote corner of the Randolph Street underground garage until someone reports the vehicle, which comes up stolen, and the medical examiner pops the trunk because he knows ahead of time by the smells what's inside. A professional thief who thought he didn't have to down his merch with the outfit fences. Then he got the news from Joey the Clown Lombardo, or a crew working for Leo Rugendorf and Milwaukee Phil Alderizio. On the police side, creating the appearance of equilibrium is Bauman. His unspoken policy toward outfit-connected professional crews is live and let live. As long as they don't shit where they eat, that means they operate outside Chicago. If they violate that condition, Bauman declares open season, and they end up as the dead bodies on the front page of the Sun-Times, enhancing Bauman's reputation. Bauman's not the only one in the room who crosses a line. Both men know Hanna, when he's impelled, when he has the scent and he's zeroed in, crosses lines too, and that is not Hanna. And it's not that Hanna runs red lights, it's that there cease to be lights, red or green. When he's torqued up like that, Hanna thinks this is what it must like to be a junkie. That metallic craving under the myelin nerve sheath within his elbow, like an electrical imperative, like jonesing for a fix that will deliver him into 200% of himself. In that state, Hanna commits no errors. Decision-making is smooth and instantaneous. It's music. It's immaculate. That's the high. It is what makes Hanna go. Bauman is a different organism. He's evolved out of machine of subterranean allegiances to outfit figures with whom he grew up. Combined with brutality and extrajudicial killings, he's a feature within that system. The system, like Bauman, is lethal. Hanna isn't part of any system. Hanna is Hanna. Use somebody else, Bauman says, repeating the directive. I've got a 14-year-old in a coma. This crew is out there raping and murdering. You're going to throw a roadblock in front of me? Why do you got to be such a stiff prick? Did the Marine Corps jam a pool cue up your ass? Since when do you need permission? Since when do I need permission to do my job? No answer. I'm the best shot you got at taking them down, and you know it. Go ahead. Pull my ass off this. Put Novak in, and you can watch it all over the 6 o'clock news about how this crew is continuing to run wild. That's a good idea. You don't need permission. I'm ordering you. I want every one of these cocksuckers whacked out. Everyone. That's your fucking assignment. But you do stay away from Levinson. Go do your goddamn job. Get out. Hanna doesn't look Bauman in the eyes. He looks through Bauman's eyes to the back of his skull. Hanna's momentarily in a different time and place. Then he turns and walks out. Bauman knows he's going to be trouble. Woo! Oh, man. Oh, we did it. We did it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. What a fantastic reading this novel has turned out to be. This is a great story. This is really sizing up here. Let me just take a look at chapter 16. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Well, what do you think of the story so far, guys? Let's read some of your thank you, Davina. Great reading, Paulie. Make this movie today. De Niro will be played by Jennifer Lawrence. Well, they got to let Michael Mann be Michael Mann, and that's just how it is. But we have this book. We have that book. That's all that matters. Fantastic reading. Pizza, Danish, man, I'm hungry. I am hungry too. And I truly think that we are done for this run. In the heat of the Paulie, awesome one. Thank you to all my members who've come on by. The new members, we got awesome one. We got Gonzalo Bergali. It's fantastic to see you guys. I'll hear Bonzo Kilborn, Davina, Salty Buttered Bags, TZ Burton, Sander Hammerschlag. Fantastic. The writing is punchy, very action-oriented, probably oriented towards the screenplay adaptation. Yeah. Yep. I think that this was probably the most descriptive chapter. Yeah, and then probably chapter 14, or chapter 13, whichever that was. Yeah, but no, those are really good. I'm glad you guys liked it. All right, good people. I think I am done. It's been a great time here. Little bit of news. We will have a movie night this Wednesday night, and then we will have a Thursday live stream with a very special guest. And then what we'll probably do in the next couple of weeks, or we'll probably resume with this in about a month. Let's just see how the reaction is with people, and we'll take it from there. I hope you guys are having a great night. It is going to be 9 p.m. here, so we went almost 2 hours of reading, and that's a good one. 39 likes, dig it. Yeah, that's really nice. People stopping in and showing love, helping out the algorithm is always nice. Okay, reminder, guys, that that you guys are subscribed and all that good stuff. I want you guys to have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you. So, you know what I got? I have a new closing credits. I do. Let me get it for you guys. I worked on it the other day, and actually, the members have already seen it. It's a membership. Wait, it's a video file, and we'll leave it at that on the desktop. Let me see. Where is this? Where is that, baby? Where is it? Closing credits. Let's go. Take care, everyone. Heat 2.